From Westminster to Windsor, where sources close to the royal family have scoffed at speculation of peace talks between King Charles and Prince Harry. Reports had been circulating that the King and his youngest son would meet in mid-September, coinciding with the end of Harry's Invictus Games trip to Germany and the King's return to London from Balmoral. However, sources now say that's unlikely due to time constraints, with the King due to visit France a few days later. Buckingham Palace insiders say that while the King is up for burying the hatchet, Prince William is not, with Will still disgusted by the disclosures Harry made in Spare. With the anniversary of the late Queen's death less than a month away, is it time for both sides to end the rift? I mean, of course it is. Of course it's time. You know, everybody would want this rift.
I don't want it.
Yeah, we would. We have nothing to talk about.
No, absolutely, keep it going.
It's good for business.
Yeah, no, well, one, it's good for business. Also, two, people are genuinely fed up with Harry. They really are. You know, he's done terrible things to his family. He's shown no remorse for it. He hasn't apologised in any way, shape or form. He hasn't changed his attitude to his family, who he once called racist and he called his father...
But would you like Harry to go sort of cap in hand to...
No, I'd just rather not see him anymore. I'd rather he stayed away. I'd rather he stayed in California.
That's upsetting for Charles?
I don't think so.
To be estranged from his
I mean, it can't be pleasant.
youngest son.
But you can't forgive people who do that kind of thing. I mean, if you have friends who do that...
Fathers have forgiven a lot worse.
Yeah. Some have, some haven't. You know, it depends on the father. I don't think it's for us to say what he should do, but I don't think he should do it.
I personally, I don't think people are that bothered whether Charles forgives him or not, whether Harry goes back or not. Plenty of families have fallouts and never speak again. He hasn't spoken to his kids in about 2 years. This is how it goes.
24.
Yeah. This is life.
Just after the report.
I think Harry needs an apology from William after William smacks him in the face and ripped his necklace. And I think William needs to get over it. If William's going to be the new future king, right, after Charles is gone, it's going to be William in charge of the country, show some decorum, show some leadership now and say, I'm the big brother, I hurt you emotionally.
No, but
let me apologise to you.
Harry's dissed their two wives. He's dissed Camilla and he's dissed Kate. That's a big problem.
He's behaved unbelievably horribly, and I don't think he deserves
also, there's an elephant
any kind
in the
of
room
comeback
here.
at all.
Meghan, what do we do with Meghan? Okay, so he goes on his knees and begs. What are you bringing the Meghan with you?
What's wrong with Meghan? What did she do?
I'm sorry.
What did she do?
No.
How long have you got?
She clearly...
I mean, show
what's wrong with Meghan? Look, at the end of the day, it wasn't, this wasn't an independent decision. He's been in the royal family his whole life. If he really wanted to leave, he would have met before he met Meghan, right? The issue was he felt as a couple that they as a couple weren't supported in the royal family for whatever reason, and they made the mutual decision to leave. So it wasn't just, he didn't just do it by himself. You could see he got quite teary-eyed when he had to give up a lot of his patronages and all of that. The reality is that pair are better off on the other side of the world, and the rest of us don't have to.
Does anybody... I mean, I would love to say this is the kind of thing that keeps me awake at night, worried about, but I genuinely care more about how ravioli is made than I care about this.
There's another reason why he should never be welcomed back to this country. Look at his hair, right? He's done something weird to his hair.
What's going on with the hair?
Well, if you check his hair, right, his hair has suddenly got darker and thicker. Now, it's not necessarily what you might call a weave.
He looks like a vampire.
But that does not look like the hair that he had. It looks like Russell Quirk. To be honest,
this is a new...
after we had the hair transplant.
He looks like
a
vampire from Twilight.
Yeah.
But also, this is a photo shoot. So on the right, that's what he actually looks like, and on the left is what he's a new photograph, a biography photograph that's been released of him.
This is his photograph of Better Up, another organisation that he has gone inside and completely wrecked. 100 people were fired from Better Up, and they're all going, well, why is this guy getting paid 6 figures for doing what exactly? Chief Impact Officer. The main impact has been to fire a load of the people who used to work for the company.
And get Harry some new hair.
Well done, Harry. So now he's got hair that is not his, growing out of his head, different colour, different style, different shape. The guy's a fraud. And if you wanted to know any more...
Oh, my God.
There it is.
It's a magazine. It's a shoot.
He didn't do this.
It's a shoot for a magazine.
He didn't do
this. This happens all the time. Whether it's David Beckham having his hair filled in, whether it's any female model having touching up of things, having the cellulite taken away and having the hips added, that kind of thing. This is completely normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a theory
This is a man who only does what he wants to do, who would tell them... Right, so he should tell them, make me look completely different, change the colour of my hair, make me look as if I've got
Why don't
more
they
of
change
it.
the colour of his
You
skin
think
as well
that's what
and
he's
call
done?
him
So he must have
Tyrone?
done that because he only does things that he wants to do, and he doesn't give anybody permission to change.
I have got
his
a
image.
theory about this, and I've had it backed up by our beloved makeup artists.
Oh, yeah.
So nobody sitting here right now, but there are some in this building who occasionally
Oh, snap.
guests, I think. There's this thing called hair fibres that the makeup artists use.
No, it doesn't do that.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
I'm telling you, it doesn't.
How would you know?
Because I use them.
You cannot shame this man.
And it doesn't make my hair look like that.
It does to some people. So
No,
just in case the viewers
incorrect.
don't know, you spray the stuff, and
What
it's
is this?
it's like little magnets, sort of thickening stuff, and it temporarily thickens men's
you'd
hair.
You'd have had to use half a ton of it to get that.
I think that's what they've done. I think they've used half a ton of hair fibres.
He looks
I
like
think
something
it's
from
Photoshop.
Twilight. He looks like one of the main characters from Twilight.
I
Seriously.
actually thought it was a hat when I saw it.
a little,
Look, there's
Assumed
a
it
little
was some
beret.
kind of
Their
little,
skin.
little cap.
All right. Well, as ever, Mike and I are disagreeing about Harry's hair.